Hey guys, it's Carl Brown from GuitarLessons365.com. Today we're going to take a look at all the solos and fills for Babe, I'm Gonna Leave You by Led Zeppelin. So we have basically 4 parts to look at here. Some are longer, some are rather short. So the first one I played is the first fill that you'll hear. It happens about the 138 marker in the song. And it's going to start like this. Here's the first lick. So that's going to be a rake. You can play this in another solo in the song as well too. It's just 7th fret on the high E, 8th fret on the B, 9th fret on the G. Rake your pick across, and then hit an upstroke on the 10. Then come up and hit the 12th fret. So you're going to do that twice. Then we have this little phrase to end this lick. So that's just going to be, you're going to hammer 8 to 10, pull off to 8, pull off to 7, then pick 8 again, then hammer 7, 8, pull off to 7, and resolve it on the 10th fret on the B string. Alright, so we have this. Okay, so at the 3:17 marker, we have our what would be considered the first major solo in the song. It sounds like this. Alright, so it's not that long, but it's got some tricky little stuff in it, especially since it's on acoustic. So we're going to start here on the open high E string, 0, 1, 3, 1. Kind of staccato sounding. Then you're going to do a quick hammer pull off, 0, 1, back to 0. 3rd fret on the B, back to the high E, back to 3rd fret on the B. So that sounds like this. Then we have this next phrase. So that's going to be a hammer on 1 to 3 on the B, pull back off to 1, pull off to the open B. 2nd fret twice on the G, and then you're going to end it with that 2nd fret again, and then the 1st fret on the B. Alright, then we have this longer phrase. Alright, so that's going to start on that 2nd fret on the G again. 0, 1, 3 on the B string. The high E open. Pull off 3, 1, 0 on the B. Now just pull off 1, 0 over to the 1st finger here at the 2nd fret on the G. You gotta make sure you use your 1st finger here because of what's coming next. So all together so far. From there we're gonna pull off 4, 2 to 0 on the G, then 3, 2, 0 on the D string. So we have. Then pull off just 2 to 0. So we have. Then 3 on the A string, back to the open D. Now shift and play the 3 again, but this time with your 3rd finger. And you're going to end it with a hammer on 1 to 3, pull off to 1, and then the open A string. And you're going to pick the open A again. Now that note, that B flat's not necessarily in the key, but you know, he makes it work, I guess. So alright, the next fill we have kind of goes underneath some vocals, and it's actually an electric guitar part with a slide. So I'll just show you the notes that he's doing. I won't really use a slide here. I don't have an electric. But if you want to learn that part, if you can grab a slide, if you have a second guitar player or whatever. We're going to basically start with a, 3 slides from 15 to 17 on the high E string. This happens at about the 4-minute and 16-second mark. So it sounds like this. Alright, so that works with the chords that are going on. So it's just an overdub. So we had that 15, 17 slide 3 times. Then the same thing, an octave lower, the 12th fret on the G string, sliding to 14 a few times. Then you hold it 14, slide it to 12, slide it to 7. Alright, then we have the slides happening on the B string, 10 to 12. And come back down to the 10. So I kind of did that slide 3 times and came back to the 10. Hold that note, and then you're just going to pick it again at the very end. Pick it, slide down to 8, slide down to 5. Alright, so that's kind of there for completeness sake if you wanted to do the electric guitar part as well. Alright, now we have at the 4:52 mark in the song the last solo, which is by far the longest. So here's what that sounds like. Alright, so it's got more of those rakes that we did earlier in it and moves around quite a bit. So it's going to start with that rake that we did at the beginning in the first lick we learned. Then it's going to go 8, it's going to pick all these notes, 8, 7, 8, 7. Then 10, 8, 7 on the B. So we have this. Then 8, 7, 9 on the G, back to 7 on the B. So the whole first lick there. Alright, the next lick sounds like this. Gonna slide into the 7th fret on the G, then play 5. Then shift back here to the 2nd position. You're going to pick 4, 5, 4, 2, back to 4 on the G, resolve it at the 2nd fret on the D string. Alright, now 2 whole step bends. This next phrase I'll play for you real quick. That's 2 whole step bends on the B string, the 3rd fret. Pull off to 1 and hammer back onto 3. Half step bend at the 4th fret. Then play 4 normal and then 3. And then come back to the 1st fret. Little it's kind of a broken trill. I don't know. It kind of sounds like it's kind of not really. It's obviously a trill, a hammer-on type thing there, but it's not. Doesn't really ring out that great. Then you play the 3rd fret on the B string, and then it's kind of this A minor chord. You kind of pick across B, G, and D strings. All right. The next phrase sounds like this. So that one's pretty cool. We're going to slide now up from 3 to 5 on the low E, then 2 to 3 on the A. Now really the first notes on those strings are ghost notes, kind of not ghost notes, or grace notes. So you really only hear the 2nd note. The the open D, then slide 1 to 2, open G, 1 to 2 again, open G again, and 1 to 2 again. So we have we're going to do a little bit more of that. Start with an open D string, then slide 1 to 2, open G, 1 to 2 again, open G. Then you're going to pull off 2 to 0 on the D string, 3 on the A, open D, 3, 0 on the A. So I'll play everything there really slow. Alright, now we do that opening rake lick, which is just obviously raking across 3 strings, upstroke on the 10, 8 times. Alright, so in that last one, when you hit the 10, you're going to continue with this lick. Just messes around on the 10 there. So that is 10, 8, 7, 8, 7. 10 on the B, 7 on the high E. Then 10, 8, 7 on the B. And it just hit 8 a couple times, so that lick really slow. And then you just hit 10, slide it down. And then you're just gonna hit 10 like 3 more times. And then once, and one more time. So he's just kind of hanging out on that 10, just trying to kind of fill up space a little bit with it. So that's all the solos and fills for the song. The rake might be a little bit challenging, and that riff that kind of slides around a little bit, but for the most part, if you break it down like we did phrase by phrase, you'll probably get it with your fingers pretty quickly. All right? I hope you guys enjoyed learning the song. I enjoyed teaching it. I'll see you again for another one soon for GuitarLessons365.com. Bye-bye.